Hey guys, Walk5270 here. Hope you're doing well. Today we're getting into another concept of mine, but it's not for Siege this time. This is Destiny 2 Season of Darkness. All of these ideas are 100% my own creation, and some of them I've actually been working on since Rise of Iron in Destiny 1, so I guess you could say this is a long time coming. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. This season of Destiny comes with a whole new story, activities, loot, as well as a brand new subclass for each class. Just before we get into the meat of it though, I reckon it's worth mentioning I had finished drafting this stuff during the Season of Dawn, so if there's anything that doesn't correlate with recent news or is similar in what's been revealed, that's why. But anyway, let's kick off with the story. New Vanguard protocols to investigate the increased presence of the darkness gives Guardians complete autonomy to explore the system as they see fit. A Warlock returns to the Dreadnought and discovers the source of Oryx's power. A Hunter spelunking in the Plague Lands re-enters the Seaver replication chamber, and a Titan makes a pilgrimage to the Iron Temple to learn the ways of old. That's the synopsis of the story there for you, so now let's get into each individual mission. The first mission is called either Kingslayer, Plaguelander, or Ironwheel, depending on your class. Warlocks return to the Dreadnought, enter Oryx's throne world, and claim his power. Hunters return to the Plaguelands, rediscover the Seaver replication chamber, and attempt to destroy it, only to reactivate it. And Titans make their way to the Iron Temple, fight off Devil Splicer ransackers, and meet Lord Saladin. The next mission is called Family Ties, and is a fairly simple one. Savathun, alerted by a Lightbearer's claiming of her brother's power, finally invades our system. Go to Titan to investigate her emergence. Now the third mission, Perfection. The reactivation of the Seaver replication chamber attracted the attention of the Devil Splicers, who are now attempting to rebuild the now united fallen houses into a machine army. Go into the Plaguelands to stop them and discover an old foe. Perfected. Desperate Times is the next mission. Board the Dreadnought and try to find a way to defeat Savathun before she is ready to attack, only to discover that it's too late and that an unlikely alliance has been made. Desperate Measures is the next mission. See what I did there? Return to the Leviathan, prove your worth, and convince Callus and his loyalists to aid you in battle. Old Friends, Old Enemies is up next. Make a deal with Spider to ally with you in the battle to come. His terms of the deal involve the procurement of some Seaver. Best Intentions is the next mission. Whilst obtaining Spider his Seaver, attempt to put an end to the alliance between Savathun and the Fallen Splicers. The climax of this story is the last stand of dead men. Gather what remains of humanity in a legendary fight for what remains. Callus's legions and Spider's newly enhanced army, supported by Guardians, await the approach of the fallen Splicers. The Vanguard, assisted by Eris Morn and the awoken Corsairs, prepare for the onslaught of Hive. Heroes of the last city stand with those of questionable morals, united in the fight against the darkness. Axis perfected, and his fallen army is defeated. Callus withdraws his legions, and Spider's army has suffered too many casualties to continue. Savathun draws closer to the Traveller, her presence dampening the light. In a last-ditch effort, the Guardian calls upon their newfound abilities and faces the Queen of the Hive. The Guardian dies their final death, but not before Savathun is forced back into her throne realm. A Guardian rises, Redux. Osiris, having foreseen the death of the Guardian in the corridors of time, builds a new sundial to bring back the Guardian. As Osiris, travel through various points of the Guardian's life and rewrite their fate. So that's the story coming with Season of Darkness. Hope it sounds good. Personally, I really like it, but there might be some bias there. Now, I'm sure you guys are quite curious to hear about what these new abilities are that I mentioned a few times before. Well, be curious no more. Let's get into them. Warlocks. This season, unlock the new Darkness-themed subclass, Kingslayer. Now, I'm going to try and explain it all. Hopefully it doesn't get too confusing. Class abilities have not changed. The healing and empowering rifts are still there. The jumps available with Kingslayer are Blink, Burst Glide, and Balance Glide. But now into the grenades, where it starts to get interesting. The Blight Grenade summons a Blight onto the battlefield, suppressing those who enter it. The Dimensional Grenade tears open the wall between dimensions, trapping those who enter in another plane of existence, and the Axion Dart summons a burst of explosive projectiles that seek enemies. The super ability is Willbreaker. Call upon the strength of the Taken King and wield his infamous blade, breaking all who dare stand in your path. Now the attunements are up next, so it could get a bit confusing, but let's give it a go. The attunement of the King, as with all attunements, has 4 abilities. Regent's Fist, a high damage splash melee attack used when melee charge is full. Regent's Will, multi-kills with Regent's Fist, recharge it. Torn Between Worlds. Consecutive multi-kills with Regent's Fist allow you to step between dimensions, becoming invulnerable to all damage for a short time. And Sword Logic. Kills with Willbreaker extend its duration. The Attunement of the Ascendant comes with Worm God's Hunger. Grenade kills greatly increase ability regeneration for a short time. Corrupted Rift. Enemies who enter your rift take damage and extend its duration. Reclaimed Light. Fully charged melee kills detonate the currently equipped grenade on the enemy's corpse. And True Death. Activate Willbreaker from beyond the grave, resurrecting yourself and all fireteam members at the cost of super duration. The Attunement of Malice comes with Just a Touch. Primary and energy weapons can continue firing when empty at the cost of life force. Benevolence. When Just a Touch is active, precision kills restore health. Ravenous Heart. Charged melee kills restore a significant portion of super energy and health. And Mindbender. Draw on Willbreaker's power to bend the will of your enemies, turning them against their own. Guardian's Light is too strong to be corrupted, but they are still killed. Now into Hunters, who unlock Plaguelander. Once again, no changes to class abilities. The new grenades are Seaver Swarm. Deploy a large swarm of Seaver Nanites that do damage over time. The Node Grenade. A proximity detonation that can attach to a target as a host and chain additional Seaver's replication to other enemies. And the Seaver Grenade. An explosive that deals damage over time to affected enemies. The super ability is Seaver Density Critical. Concentrate Seaver particles into a devastating release of energy that instantly disintegrates all minor enemies, deals considerable damage to major enemies, and little damage to bosses in a fair radius around the hunter. In PvP, it affects the whole map. Guardians with any level of shield are put onto critical health, and those already critical are killed. Way of the Plague comes with Vanishing Swarm. Throw a Seaver Core that, upon detonation, surrounds the user and any nearby fireteam members with defensive nanites that temporarily make them immune to damage. It spreads. Vanishing Swarm nanites absorb damage and then project it upon nearby enemies. Particle Dash. Charge your dodge ability to teleport you a distance forwards. And Critical Swarm. Activating your super replaces the release of energy with a concentration of it around you, dealing extremely high damage to enemies that enter it. Enemies killed by Critical Swarm charge a release of energy at the end of the super duration. This stacks up to 5 times. Way of the Splicer brings Martyrdom. When killed, produce a Seaver projectile that seeks out your assailant and explodes. Shielding Blade. Throwing knife precision kills generate an overshield. Energy Transfer. Seaver feeds off grenade kills, replenishing your health. And Perfected. Activating your super does no damage, but empowers all fireteam members with an overshield, increased movement speed, weapon damage, and ability generation. Way of the Directive is a bit more of a specialist approach, but in the right hands I can see it being quite powerful. Consume. Precision kills restore small portions of health. Enhance. Throwing knife kills restore throwing knife and increase its damage. This stacks up to 3 times. Replicate. Carry a second grenade charge. And finally, Directive achieved. Activating your super shortly after a precision kill, a fully enhanced throwing knife kill, and a grenade kill will instantly recharge your super. Now for Titans, who have the Iron Will subclass. Once again, no changes to class abilities. Grenades available are the Thermite and Incendiary Grenade, which are already in the game, but the new grenade is the Wolfpack Grenade, which splits into seeking projectiles when detonated. The new Titan super is the Iron Axe. Summon the mighty axe of the Iron Lords and forge the way ahead. The Code of the Wolf comes with Chaotic Clarity. When surrounded by multiple enemies, ability cooldown is reduced. Howling Flames. Grenade kills decrease super cooldown for a short period. The Hunt. Activating the Iron Axe summons a pack of flaming wolves that hunt down and destroy enemies at the cost of super duration. Wolves last until extinguished. And Flame On. Whilst wielding the Iron Axe, enemies killed by flaming wolves extend the super duration. Code of the Warmonger introduces Stormtrooper. Fire weapons while sprinting. Get Back. And consume your grenade energy to detonate a massive solar explosion on yourself. But wait, there's more. Carry a second grenade. And Flaming Rage. Taking damage whilst wielding the Iron Axe increases its damage output. Code of the Last Stand comes with Stand Together. Fireteam members behind your barricades gain an overshield. Entrenched. Gain increased weapon stability and handling while stationary and crouched or when peeking over cover. Fight Forever. Fully charged melee attacks do increased damage and one-punch kills instantly recharge melee. And Push Forward. Whilst wielding the Iron Axe, sprinting charges a devastating blow deliverable via heavy attack. So that's the 3 new subclasses. Now onto the new activities. The Dreadnought and the Plaguelands return as patrol spaces. Archon's Forge returns as a 3-man activity, and Court of Oryx returns as a 6-man activity, both now with matchmaking. The new raid, Sacrilege, has you and your fire team enter Savathun's throne world on Fundament to inflict upon her a true death. Begin on Titan, enter the depths of the Arcology and fight through the entrance to Savathun's throne world. Then traverse the deep to find the ancient origins of the Hive race. Face the worm god the Everhunger, Zogol, keeper of the throne, Utar Ul, Savathun's handmaiden, and finally Savathun, the witch queen. A new dungeon, Machine God's Bane, is coming in too. Board the repaired siege machine. Be a shame if it crashed, wouldn't it? Fight your way through the Perfection Complex maze before finally facing Travix, perfected Archon. 2 new strikes are introduced this season. The Blinding Blade, defeat a powerful knight attempting to rally what remains of the Hive on the Dreadnought, and a Perfect Gamble, help Drifter find some new cannon fodder in the Plaguelands. 2 new Gambit maps are also introduced. Tower, which is the old tower, and Precursor's Spire, located in Mercury's past. Now, finally, onto the loot coming this season. There's 5 new pieces of exotic armor. The Negative Advance, which is a Titan chest piece. Taking large amounts of damage from the periphery or from behind deploys the currently equipped barricade in the direction of the damage. Impossible Machines, Warlock Gauntlets. Gain an additional arc melee charge, and charged arc melee attacks do more damage and chain to nearby enemies. Acleophage Symbiote, a hunter helmet. Golden Gun gains an extra shot, and whilst aiming down sights with Golden Gun, super energy does not deplete. Ulterior Motives, Hunter Pants. Kills increase movement speed for a short time. And Willbreaker's Crest, a Warlock helmet. Enemies affected by Mindbender can be killed to heal yourself and increase damage output for a short time. 2, or 4, depending how you look at it, new exotic weapons also come in this season. The Dark Drinker, Raised Lighter, and Boltcaster return, even though some may say they've already come back through legendary swords, but I still love them and would love to see them come back. A new Trace Rifle is here too. Novus Retro fires a short-range torrent of solar energy that sets enemies on fire and combusts them. Exploding enemies set nearby enemies on fire. My inspiration for this weapon is World War I era flamethrowers, and visually that's pretty much what it is. 3 new ritual weapons come in this season. The Vanguard offer the Steel Medulla, a primary pulse rifle with Whirlwind's Curse, full auto, and Sign of 4. Lord Shaxx offers the Grinding Halt, a special ammo shotgun with explosive rounds, outlaw, and 1-2 punch, and the Drifter offers the Storm Before the Calm, a heavy grenade launcher with field prep, full court, and overflow. As far as raid loot goes, I'll just have an overview of it. It will be Hive themed, the weapons deal bonus damage to Hive, and the armor pieces come with raid specific perks, like the old Wrath of the Machine armor. Seasonal armor for Warlocks is the King's Fall raid armor with Age of Triumph ornaments. Hunters get the old Wrath of the Machine armor, also with Age of Triumph ornaments, and Titans get Saladin's armor. A new shader applicable to all non-exotic pieces of armor and weaponry is coming too, and it makes it look taken. So, that wraps up Destiny 2 Season of Darkness. It's been a bit long, but I hope you enjoyed. I certainly enjoyed putting this all together. If you have any questions or anything to add, chuck a comment down below. I'd love to see them. Other than that, I'll catch you later. Have a good one.
Composed of evocative glyphs. Metaphors, really. For example, this message. This word could mean protect.